Hey there, baseball fans. It's great to have you back as we bring you the latest and most thrilling updates on our beloved New York Yankees. A lot has been happening with the Bronx Bombers, and trust me, what we have for you today is definitely going to keep you on the edge of your seat. If you've been following the team closely, you're going to want to stick around for the details. This one is packed with action. We're kicking things off with a gripping game that took place on Sunday afternoon. And believe me when I tell you, this one was full of drama from start to finish. The headline, as you might have guessed, involves a player who came so close to becoming the hero for the second day in a row, but unfortunately, the rival team managed to walk away with the win, finishing 5-4 after 11 tense innings. It was one of those games that really leaves you with a mix of emotions. You know the feeling, elation, frustration, and maybe even a little disbelief. Let's break it down. The Yankees came into this game with one goal: complete the sweep after taking the first 2 games of the series. And when I say take, I mean they absolutely dominated those games, scoring a total of 19 runs. But Sunday was a whole new challenge, and it didn't take long for the opposition to show just how tough they could be. Their starting pitcher put on an absolute clinic against our lineup, throwing 7 innings, allowing just 1 run, and striking out a staggering 10 batters. Our offense, which had been firing on all cylinders, found itself up against a wall. By the time the game reached the 9th inning, the Yankees were trailing 4-1. The chances of a comeback seemed slim, and let's be honest, it felt like the momentum had shifted firmly in favor of the other team. But then, out of nowhere, something remarkable happened. One of our players stepped up with a crucial single. Then, another tried to lay down a bunt, but unfortunately, he was eliminated. Just when things were starting to look bleak, a third player advanced to base, and then, boom, a teammate came through with a double along the third baseline. That hit cut the lead to 4-2, and suddenly, there was life back in the stadium. You could feel the tension building in the air, and the fans were on their feet, hoping for the impossible. Now, here comes the real turning point of the game. Enter our star of the day, who had already crushed 2 home runs earlier in the game. This was his moment, his opportunity to etch himself into Yankees lore. He stepped into the batter's box with 2 outs and 2 strikes against him. With the pressure mounting, it was do or die. And then, in a flash, he connected. A single, a game-changing 2-run single to right field. The crowd went absolutely wild as he tied the game at 4, sending shockwaves through the stadium. You could hear the roar of the fans echoing across the ballpark, a celebration that felt like a victory in itself. The stadium went from dead silent to an explosion of noise in mere seconds. The manager, visibly ecstatic, couldn't help but gush about the incredible performance from our hitter that day. He even joked about whether this player was putting himself in the running for a bigger role within the team. Who could blame him? With a moment like that, it was hard not to start imagining bigger things for this player, especially given his impact on the game. But as we all know, baseball can be a fickle game. It's one moment of brilliance followed by another layer of complexity. As the game moved into extra innings, the drama didn't stop. A relief pitcher came in and delivered 2 shutout innings, keeping the Yankees in the game and giving us a glimmer of hope. He didn't allow a single run, and with his performance, he kept the team alive. It felt like the tide was turning, and perhaps, just maybe, the Yankees could pull off the impossible. But then, in the 11th inning, the game took another twist. With the automatic runner advancing to third base, things started to get tense once again. A batter came up and faced an incredible 9 pitches, a battle of wills between him and our pitcher. And after what felt like an eternity, he finally managed to connect, getting a walk-off single to left field. The opposing team had done it. They walked off with a 5-4 win, leaving the Yankees heartbroken and wondering what could have been. Our pitcher, understandably frustrated, reflected on his performance, acknowledging that he had let the team down. He admitted that he didn't do his job when it mattered, and that the offense had given him a chance to win the game. The starting pitcher, too, had his struggles, despite initially looking strong. He had cruised through the first few innings, but in the 4th, he ran into trouble, giving up 2 more runs and pushing his pitch count to 87. He knew that the walks with 2 outs were the turning point of his outing. It was a familiar issue for him, one that continues to haunt him, and it ultimately led to the loss. This defeat stung, no doubt about it. But as I mentioned earlier, there were bright spots, moments that showed our team's resilience and grit. The ninth-inning rally was a prime example of that. You could see the hunger in the players, the fight in their eyes. They didn't give up, and that's what makes this team so special. Even in the face of adversity, they find a way to make things exciting. But the question still lingers. Are we underestimating this player who stepped up in the clutch? Could he be more than just a momentary hero? And what about the pitcher? Does he need to reassess his approach to avoid these kinds of letdowns in the future? Now let's shift gears a bit. Just recently, the Yankees made an intriguing move by adding a versatile player to their roster. Enter Cooper Mel, a player who's often compared to a Swiss Army knife because of his ability to play multiple positions. This 30-year-old utility man was signed just a few hours ago, and the Yankees are hoping that he can provide depth across the field. Mel, who has experience playing in the outfield, first base, and even behind the plate as a catcher, is an intriguing addition. He'll start his journey with the Yankees in AAA at Scranton Wilkes-Barre, but he's just a call away from joining the Major League squad. He'll be making a salary of $820,000 in the majors, which is a pretty solid deal for a player with his versatility. There's a real chance we'll see him in the big leagues soon, and the Yankees are excited about what he can bring to the table. Mel was drafted by the Milwaukee Brewers back in 2016, and since then he's played with teams like the Diamondbacks, Mariners, Mets, Giants, and Astros. He's a seasoned veteran, and his potential is undeniable. Last season, playing in AAA for Houston, he put up some impressive numbers, hitting .277 with an on-base percentage of .419 and a slugging percentage of .454. One of the key things that stands out about Mel is his remarkable walk rate. He walked nearly 18% of the time, which is a huge asset for any player, especially in the majors. During spring training, Mel hit .316 with an on-base percentage of .435 while playing for the Astros. However, he was ultimately released on opening day, which, as it turns out, is an opportunity for the Yankees. This move could prove to be a smart one for New York, as they've been looking to add more left-handed depth, particularly against left-handed pitchers. Players like Pablo Reyes and Oswald Pizier are still fighting for their spots on the bench. And while Pizier has hit a home run recently, it's clear that there's still uncertainty surrounding the bench players. For the Yankees, the addition of Mel could be the depth they need, especially considering the competition against left-handed pitchers. His ability to play multiple positions gives the team flexibility, and he could even step in a catcher if necessary. His experience in the minor leagues shows that he has the potential to thrive at the major league level, and the Yankees are banking on his versatility to make an impact. But what do you think? Could Mel be the missing piece the Yankees need? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Moving on, there's another exciting piece of news that has Yankees fans buzzing, and that's the return of a familiar face to the Bronx. Adam Ottavino is back, and this time, it's even more surprising than before. Just hours ago, the Yankees made the unexpected move to re-sign Ottavino, who, at 39 years old, has had a colorful journey back to the team. You heard that right. This is the same Ottavino who was designated for assignment just last week. It's not every day that a move like this happens. So let's take a step back and dive into why the Yankees decided to bring him back into the fold. Ottavino will be joining the Yankees in Detroit for a 3-game series against the Tigers, which certainly adds an interesting layer to the whole situation. To understand the full picture, we need to rewind a bit. Ottavino, who hails from New York, had originally come back to the Yankees after closer Devin Williams was placed on the paternity list. Ottavino made 2 appearances in that stint, and he was solid to say the least. He didn't allow any runs in those outings, gave up just 2 walks, and kept the opposition off the scoreboard, which is exactly what you want from a reliever. It was a great showing, and his performance added depth to the bullpen during a key time. But then, with the return of Williams, Ottavino was designated for assignment once again. It seemed like his time with the Yankees was done. He chose to opt for free agency rather than head down to AAA, likely looking for another opportunity in the major leagues. For a veteran like Ottavino, that decision made sense. After all, he'd spent the spring training with the Boston Red Sox and had clearly shown that he still had something to offer at the big league level. Then came the twist that none of us saw coming. Just 2 hours after the Yankees' tough loss to the Pirates on Sunday, where Williams gave up a critical hit, the news broke. Ottavino was back. Just like that, he was returning to the Yankees. The move raised a lot of eyebrows, and naturally, fans started asking why the team made this decision so quickly. Was this a reaction to the struggles of Will Warren, who gave up 4 runs in 4 innings against Pittsburgh? Was it an effort to add some stability to a bullpen that's been showing some cracks? Or perhaps the Yankees saw something in Ottavino's experience and knew that he could be a reliable asset moving forward. Whatever the reason, it's clear that this is a decision that has fans talking. There's another layer to this story as well. Clarke Schmidt, a key part of the Yankees' rotation, is nearing a return from the injured list. Schmidt, who has been out for a while, is expected to make his return around mid-April, likely after a few more rehab appearances. With his return on the horizon, the Yankees' pitching staff is about to get crowded, and that has some implications for the bullpen. Will Warren, who is still working his way through his rookie season, may end up being moved to a different role in the bullpen to make room for Schmidt. That would open the door for Ottavino to have an even more prominent role, possibly acting as a middle reliever or even a setup man, depending on the team's needs. It's all part of the juggling act that every team has to play, especially when injuries and performance issues come into play. The decision to bring Ottavino back is also interesting considering the state of the bullpen. While Ottavino had been good in his short stint with the Yankees, the team was clearly looking for ways to bolster their pitching staff in the face of some inconsistencies. Warren has had some tough outings, and while he has plenty of potential, there are still questions about his ability to deliver consistently at the major league level. Ottavino, on the other hand, brings a wealth of experience. He's a veteran who has been in high-pressure situations time and time again. That experience could be invaluable for the Yankees as they try to work through some early season struggles and position themselves for a strong push as the season progresses. But what does this mean for Ottavino moving forward? Well, it's clear that his role with the Yankees will likely depend on how he performs in the coming weeks. The Yankees aren't bringing him back just to sit on the bench, so it's safe to say that he'll be a key part of the bullpen moving forward. Whether he's used in high-leverage situations as a setup man or as a reliable middle reliever, Ottavino's ability to deliver in the clutch will be tested once again. And given his history with the team, it's hard to count him out. Ottavino has always had the ability to perform when it matters most, and that's why he's back in the fold. The whole situation with Ottavino also raises another important question. Is the bullpen deep enough for the Yankees to be confident in their ability to compete for a playoff spot? The team has a solid starting rotation, but it's the bullpen that can often make or break a season. With the addition of Ottavino and the impending return of Schmidt, the Yankees are clearly working to solidify their pitching staff and ensure that they have the depth necessary to handle the long grind of the season. But only time will tell if these moves will be enough to keep the bullpen from faltering when it counts. One thing is certain. Ottavino's return to the Yankees has added a new layer of intrigue to the team's pitching staff. His experience and his ability to handle pressure situations could be just what the bullpen needs to stabilize itself and give the Yankees a shot at the postseason. It's not often you see a player brought back so quickly after being designated for assignment, but that's the beauty of baseball. Anything can happen, and every move is an opportunity to rewrite the narrative. Ottavino will have a chance to prove himself once again, and Yankees fans will be watching closely to see how he performs in his second stint with the team. As always, it's fascinating to see how things play out. From surprising roster moves to intense games that test the team's resilience, the Yankees continue to keep us on our toes. Whether it's Ottavino's return or the ongoing battle for positions, there's always something happening with this team. And as we look ahead, there's a sense that more surprises are in store. So, what do you think about the Yankees' recent moves? Do you believe Ottavino can make a difference in the bullpen? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. The season is just getting started, and there's a lot more baseball to be played. Stay tuned for all the latest updates, and remember, we've got you covered every step of the way. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. The baseball world is buzzing with controversy as reports surface that Detroit Tigers manager A.J. Hinch may have made disparaging remarks about the New York Yankees. While no official statements have been released, sources close to the situation suggest that Hinch's comments were less than flattering, reigniting tensions between the former Astros manager and one of MLB's most storied franchises. Given Hinch's history with the Houston Astros sign-stealing scandal and the Yankees' well-documented grievances over that incident, the rumors have only added fuel to an already contentious rivalry. Speculation intensified after an unnamed league insider hinted that Hinch made his comments during a private conversation with fellow baseball executives. While the exact details remain unclear, some reports suggest that Hinch criticized the Yankees' front office decision-making and their struggles in recent seasons. If true, the remarks could spark backlash from Yankees fans and possibly even the organization itself, which has long maintained a no-nonsense approach when it comes to criticism from outsiders. The timing of these rumors is particularly interesting, as the Yankees are in the midst of a crucial offseason, looking to rebound from a disappointing 2024 campaign. With pressure mounting on both manager Aaron Boone and general manager Brian Cashman, any external critique, especially from a figure like Hinch, could further complicate an already tense situation. The Yankees have yet to respond publicly, but given their influence in the league, it wouldn't be surprising if the organization takes a strong stance on the matter. For Hinch, the controversy raises questions about his standing in the league and his relationships with fellow managers and executives. Having already faced significant scrutiny for his involvement in the Astros scandal, another high-profile dispute, especially involving a franchise as powerful as the Yankees, could put him in a precarious position. While he has successfully rebuilt his reputation with the Tigers, this latest rumor could test how much goodwill he has truly regained within MLB circles. Whether or not Hinch actually disparaged the Yankees, the story has already taken on a life of its own, with fans and analysts debating the implications. If he did indeed make critical remarks, will he address them publicly, or would he let the rumors die down on their own? More importantly, could this incident add another layer of drama if the Tigers and Yankees cross paths in the postseason? One thing is certain: this controversy has only made the already intense Yankees narrative even more intriguing. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.